Good evening. My name is Wad Olajuwon, and I am taking part in the 30 videos a day challenge. Now, I have been inspired by several other YouTubers to take a part of this challenge, so I think it's something that is quite interesting, and let's have fun. So, 30 videos a day. So this is day one. And as far as a topic is concerned, I wanted to talk about where I am now. And why that's important is because where I am has played a big significance in my life in a lot of ways. I mean, just give you an example. Here's book, 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 and book. So what do all these books have in common? Well, they all deal with the country of Japan. Now, a long time ago, when I was in third grade, I came across a book with about a little girl, and in this book, she has leukemia, and she's really sick, and she's really in dire straits, and there's little to no hope for her as far as life is concerned. So instead of giving up, she decided to make 1,000 origami cranes. And the legend goes that if you make 1,000 of these paper cranes, you are granted one wish. And so her wish was to cure herself of her leukemia. So she went on this quest to make 1,000 cranes, and she kept making them, and kept making them. But it was too little too late. She didn't make it, she died. But the people who knew her were inspired by her story and made the rest of the cranes. I think she made about 600 or so. And they made the difference and buried them with her. And that's the basic premise of the story. Now, this little girl was Japanese. And the reason why she got leukemia in the first place is because of the bomb that dropped in Hiroshima. So instead of giving up and just letting life happen to her, she took it upon herself to fight. No matter what happened, no matter if the deck was completely stacked against her, she fought. And that, when I read that story as a little boy, I was really inspired by that. I too was going through a little bit of a rough patch, growing up in an area where, not a lot of children looked like me. So it was kind of tough growing up. I was bullied a lot, and I didn't really know where to go. But I read her story, and I was kind of inspired by her. A little 12-year-old girl at the time. She was about 3 years older than me when I first read this story. But, nevertheless, I felt as though she had courage, and she had something that kept her going. And so I read the story, and I kept reading more and more, and then I finished the book, and I remember reading about where she was from, and at this point, I had no idea where Japan was. I couldn't recognize it on a map. So I was like, what's Japan? Where's Japan? How did this happen to this girl? So I went home and I opened up my mother's encyclopedia and, in the J section. And I flipped pages and I found out about this island off the coast of China and Korea, South Korea. And I thought, well, that was interesting. So I started reading more about it. And they talked a little bit about the culture and the unique nuances of the place and how it was so fundamentally different than other parts of the world. And that was the selling point. That was when I felt as though I had I wanted to involve myself in a further way. I wanted to give back, firstly, to a place that, gave me a lot of things. Gave me courage, gave me strength, gave me focus. I wanted to give back. And so by reading about Japan and finding out how it was so different than other parts of the world, in my situation, I was different as well. So I felt as though there was some sort of connection there. And so since then, I'm 26 now, but since then I've been reading almost every book, every article, anything and everything I can get on Japan. I mean, from politics to history to culture to even economics papers. I have economics papers saved on my computer now, talking about all types of things, silly things. And, long story short, I went through high school, I went to college. After that, I applied for the JET program, and I wrote an essay similar to the one that I'm telling you now. And I wasn't accepted by the program. And so at the same time, I just decided to involve myself in my city. So I worked with the Japan America Society in my city. And I did work with them for a number of years. Well, not years, actually, for about 1 year or so. And I did a lot of PR work, and I helped with the annual Japan Festival. And it was such a warm and gracious opportunity. The people were very kind. The people were very welcoming. And it was at that point where I just said, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I just have to get there, no matter what. I just want to experience it for just 1 year, at least. At least. And interestingly enough, in April, it will officially be 1 year in Japan. I just applied to as many schools and jobs as I possibly could to get here, and I got to the point where I wasn't going to stop until I was accepted in some way. So here I am now. Still can't really believe it. I'm kind of pinching myself just thinking about it. But here I am, and I'm really, really, really excited to be here. So, and at the same time, this is something that I also wanted to address, and it's that although I'm here, and although it's been a big goal of mine to get here, I realized that it's not the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. Because my list of things that I have to do here is so vast that It's going to take hard work, dedication, and consistency to get these things accomplished. And I mean, I'm ready. You know, I'm armed. I'm ready to go. And you know, journey of 1,000 miles just takes. It begins with one step, and I'm looking forward to it. And ultimately, you know, I'm glad to be here, like I said earlier. And if there's something to, I guess, take away from this video, is that it doesn't matter how long it takes you. I was 9 years old when I first read that book. And just a month later, I wanted to get to Japan. So it's been my lifelong dream to get here. I'm 26 now. I arrived here last April. So it took 16 years, but I'm here now. So ideally, what you can take away from this, I guess, is, you know, just don't ever quit. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have something that you need to do, something that you want to do, just never let go of it. You know, it may take you a while, but it doesn't matter. It takes as long as it takes. And as long as you never give up, you'll get it. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that you can join me on this 30-day video journey. So thank you very much. Otsukaresama desu.